Hi Laura, welcome to your last sheet critique. I apologize, I already made this video, and then sometimes when I go to save them after it crashes and I lose the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to recreate what I said. I hear what you're saying this week about your baby pictures, which by the way look great. But I hear your frustrations and I really want to help you kind of work through those. I do have some pointers that I think can really help, and then I also want to tell you that you're doing a lot right. So, I hope that can help you with the frustrations, but yeah, you're doing so much right. Let's just talk about what to keep doing and what to add in, okay? Okay, so babies, they take forever. I know it. So let's just dive right in here, and we'll pull up your images from the week. Okay, so we'll start with this lovely image of this cute little baby. Okay, so first of all, the pose is really good. The props are really great. Your lighting is good coming in from the side. You may want to just face the baby so that his face can more face where the light is coming in from. So maybe just a clockwise turn of the basket, maybe a fourth turn. And that would help with the shadows right here by his face. But I like everything about the pose and what you did there with the blankies in the basket. So one improvement I might do for this one is that as it's your positioning, I would probably just bend down, kneel down, so that your eye, or the lens rather, is perpendicular to his face. I have no idea if perpendicular is the right word, but basically you're just going to be on the same level as the baby's face, which will make it so the baseboard here isn't intersecting his head. You asked if you should shop out the baseboard, and I think you should leave it. Next time, keep this pose, keep everything about it, but bend down a little more, get down on the ground, and be level with the baby's face. And I think that will really draw the eye in, and it sort of pulls the viewer. It's really pleasing to the eye. So that's one thing I would maybe correct about the pose. One more thing that I just was reading in the forum, all your frustrations, is that I think one improvement we can make just across the board is that when you're in Photoshop, let's open it in Camera Raw and make sure I've got the defaults. Yes. You can take out some of the contrast, because babies generally, you don't want a ton of contrast in a baby photo. For one, it takes away from the smoothness of their skin and the whole like babiness, I guess you could say. So when I do baby photos, I take out a lot of contrast, and I take a lot of blacks, and I take a lot of shadows out too. And I think that your eye would appreciate that. I think maybe that's where some of the frustration comes from, is that you've got good lighting, you have great posing, it's the look of the photo that to you doesn't agree with what you're trying to achieve. And I think this little contrast in blacks could really help. The other thing is, on a baby shoot, is you're gonna want to avoid vignetting. Okay, that's my personal view. A vignette in a baby shoot also kind of adds to the heaviness of a photo, and with a baby you want a lot of lightness. So I really hope that makes sense. Okay, so those are a couple of things I would do differently about this photo. Not too many. Definitely try this pose again next time. Same with this photo. It's a great over the subject shot. I like your composition. I love what you laid the baby on and what he's wearing and all that. Let's just go through and do the same things that I mentioned last time, which include I did this already when I wasn't recording. Okay, so here's yours, and then we're just going to take out the contrast, take out some blacks, just really lighten it up a bit. And then if you still feel like in his skin there's some color tones you don't like, you're just going to use the sliders to fix that too. So those are important things with babies. Babies are sometimes born with splotchy skin. They're born with acne. And our goal is to bring it back to that really typical baby skin. Here we have this one. I worked on all these when I first made your video. All of these the same way. Out of all of the images, I think this one's your strongest. Just because it's so babyish. And again, our goal is to make the image very light, very airy, very innocent. And this pose is wonderful. So do this again and again and again. And the other great thing about this pose is that a baby doesn't necessarily need to be asleep. But good job getting him to sleep. So what I did is I just pulled out those contrasts. I pulled out those blacks. I think I even took out some of the yellows, took out some of the warmth because it was pretty warm. And then you could see his skin and you can see the details a little better with all that missing. So, I don't know what you say about that, but I think that would be a good start. And then the last image here, again, you've done a really great job with the pose and the feel of the shot. You've done a great job with all of that, including the lighting, but we're going to go in and we're going to take out the vignette and see if that makes it feel even more airy. We're going to sort of take out some of that contrast so that it's just more innocent and light feeling. And then you can use your white balance sliders if you still feel like the lighting isn't correct in there. Let me go to the forum and just address some specific things you might mention. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I noticed that you're shooting with your 50mm 1.4. And in all of these pictures, your ISO is quite high. You've got 1000 ISO, you got 2000 ISO. Actually, ISO 650 is pretty good for an indoor newborn shot. So I noticed that you're shooting with your 1.4, but you're shooting at 3.5 or 4. And Laura, I think one thing that could also improve these pictures just a bit is to really open up your aperture. So we should be aiming at a baby shoot when there's just one subject. We're going to be aiming for 1.8, 2.0. And what will happen is this ISO is going to go way, way down and your picture will have more clarity. So those are some things that you can easily do to feel more confident during your baby shoot and feel more confident with your editing. So it might be even worth going back to the drawing board with these and taking out some of that contrast and heaviness and see if you like them better. You said at the end, and I really want to close with this comment, you said that everyone's offering these cute squishy baby shoots and yours are subpar. It is so not true, Laura. Yours are not subpar, but I'm very grateful that you gave me the opportunity to check these out and just give you a few pointers. Let me know what you think. This is your last week, so if you have any final questions, go ahead and ask me. Talk to you later.